Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Um, so to start this episode off, I just figured that I would let you guys know that initially when I initially when we got the news that they'd be closing official, like I definitely, I was going through the I wanted to go through and beat all the maps, and then I was planning on fast tracking it because of the limited time we had, but it was really difficult for me to make any videos because it just felt like that the videos that I would be making were like, or the whatever I was doing, it was kind of like for, you know, eventually it would just be lost anyways, and I didn't really see a point in doing that. So, but then I decided that, you know what, with ASA coming out, obviously I'm going to get that and I'm going to be trying that out, and I'm probably not going to play this, you know, Survival Evolved. More than likely won't play that once they open up official on Ascended. So my thought process was like, well, I might as well just move all my stuff over to one map because there's no point in me refreshing bases, refreshing maps every week like I've been doing. So I actually started breaking down some of my bases. So I'm back here on the island right now. I brought over all my tames, so I have like all my water, well, one of the water tames I have, and I extended the base here in the back. It goes way up to the back there now, and I brought just about everything that I had in terms of colors and dinos over here to put out. I figured that I would come back to the island because that's where we started. That's where most of us started playing this game. So I figured it would only be right to just end the game on the island. You know, and with my bases, obviously I'm keeping the island. I'll save the upload file, and then I'll have all my stuff eventually just right here on the island. So that way, if something does happen, if ASA bombs or for whatever reason, then I can at least come here and I can, and play with this stuff from the upload. But I think more than likely I'm not. Once I save the file to my to my system, like I probably won't be, more than likely won't be playing it because ASA will be out, and I'll be recording that and then starting all over. Um, but for now, I figured that I could at least make content of me, moving everything over here and what's going on in the island. It's actually really busy. You would think that nobody's on. I mean, there's 18 people on. There was just a couple more when I first got on. But it's actually while there has been some people that have left, there's definitely been a lot of people that have come into the game as well. So it's a little interesting that even with the news, people are aware that the game is ending, but they're still coming to join. So so it might not all be you hear officials dead. Like I don't necessarily fully agree with that. I think it's not as cut and dry as that. I think that there's definitely some layers of a little bit of nuance to to as far as official goes. Yeah, you're losing people, but you're gaining people as well. 20 people on a server is pretty busy. For a game that is supposedly dead and nobody's really playing. Like that's So I think that will dispel a little bit of the um, kind of the narrative out there that all officials dead and there's nobody playing it whatsoever. At least from the PlayStation side of things. I can only speak from from my experience here on PlayStation, but on the official network. But um, so yeah, so I mean, I brought everything over here. I broke down the score, or actually the Scorched Earth base I gave away to somebody by chance. He was just looking for. I was giving away artifacts and the talons because I figured I didn't need them anymore. And so I put in chat if anybody wanted them, and nobody said anything for like 30 minutes. And so I was like breaking down the base with the Mac and moving the buildings over here and stuff like that. And then somebody comes into chat and asks if anybody has any talons, and I'm like, bro, I'm giving away mad talons if you want them because I'm just consolidating everything to one map, so to just to make refreshing easier and stuff like that. And and so he came, and then he was like, he thought the base was really sick, which is the one that you guys see in my Scorched Earth videos, and that I recently did, I don't know, what is it, maybe a couple months ago. So I just ended up joining his tribe so he could, merge tribes so he could have the base. He was super ecstatic, and I figured, why not? Like, it wasn't going to do me any good. I was either going to break it down and it's just going to sit in the chest, or I think it would have been far more valuable for him to just have it, and it was like all tech as you guys seen and all that. I just felt it was more valuable for him to have it. With the and then if he does upload his file, he can then he'll have that base on his map. And he was excited because he said he had like 4 gates and that was it. Like, being new to the game, he only had like 4 gates, and he was super excited to be able to move his tames over and stuff like that. So, I figured, hey, it made his day, and it saved me from having to break it down, which made it, made my life easier too. I did take all the buildings out of it though, so he has to refurbish it. But hey, that gives him something to do. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I moved everything over here. The aberration pets that I had, the reapers and megalosaurus over here, and I got basilisk right here, the thalos, I got the Gen 1 stuff, the Deinonychus, everything, the Phoenix, like everything is here that I put out, and it goes all the way back. My Bronto's out there. I think I just heard somebody uncryo something outside my base too. Rex is, I expanded all the way back here because the base used to come right here. If you guys look in the old videos, came to here, but I figured I was gonna need way more lawn space, so I cut down this forest back here and put gates all the way out here, and so I got all the flyers up here like on this ledge, all the wyverns and stuff. Argents. I got the snow howls back here chilling under the trees. Um, so yeah, so that's where I've gone so far. I broken down, like I said, I gave the scorched earth base away, broke down most of the stuff out of it, brought it over here. The extinction base has been broken down, so I don't have that anymore set up. I also broke down the Crystal Isles base and brought that over here as well, and I also broke down the Lost Island base. So I've been busy. Yeah, there's the wyvern that I heard right there. So I've been busy, on here. Even though I haven't posted any content, I figured that, like I said, dealing with the frustration like everybody else. It also gave me a chance too to play and beat Dead Island too. Since that had just come out. So that was nice to have some time too to beat that real quick before because once ASA comes out, I'm gonna be strictly playing that, and I'm not gonna really put any time aside to play anything else. Um, so it's gonna be uh, what is going on over here? Why is his tail going all crazy like that? His tail was just wagging mad crazy. It must have been an eating animation or something. It looked mad long and drawn out for some reason. But yeah, I'll be playing that strictly, so you know. So I guess it works out in the long run. So now I can get back to making art content now that I beat that and complete almost 100%ed it. So yeah, so that's where we're at. We got the next base I'm gonna break down is probably the Fjorder base. I'm gonna break that down. I just want to make it convenient, so I only have one base here. For now on. Only one base to log in and refresh and worry about. I don't have to go, you know, log on once a week still and refresh a ton of bases really for nothing. When I'm not, I'm not like more than likely not gonna play this. Once the new one comes out. So, um, I was looking around too. Um, Chat is popping too since I've been here. This is the dude that I had done before, if you guys remember when I was on the island. This dude runs the inn here for all the new players, which I thought was really cool. He's merging the inn. He wants to build it into the actual dino zoo here, as he calls it. Um, so this dude's even... Over Raptor scared me. Yeah, he's still keeping going here too. For the new people joining and all that, which is pretty cool. And like I said, like people have definitely left. That Reaper looked mad small for a second, and as I was going over him, like this dude left that was here. There was a dude who had a base here before. He left, but he left. But then you've got like this dude over here, who's new. This dude's new, and then there was a new dude somewhere over here. Let's see, where did he go? Oh, over here, actually, on this side. Okay. No, I'm not out of stamps, so what am I, hitting trees? I can't even see, bro. What is going on? Okay. Let me just fight my way out of these trees. Apparently, my man is having issues here. This dude's new. And granted, you might say, oh, it's nothing elaborate. I mean, no, it's definitely nothing elaborate, but still, it's still somebody new. He had to put some work in to get that set up from when we were here. And we haven't been off the island that long. It's only been maybe a couple months. You know, so... And then this dude left here. You can see his chest here on the ground. Pegamastic, let me kill him. So this dude left, but you got this dude that's new right here. That dude's new, and this dude on this side is new. So like, the old people definitely left that were here before, but new people just came in and took their spot, which I found that to be very interesting. And you could also argue that yeah, this is, you know, this is probably the most common map that people come to, the island. So if you're going to get an influx of new players, it more than likely is going to be this map, seeing that it's probably the map that is most familiar among people. So I definitely can't debate that. We got a little something going on here. Bro, I got that same one too. It's funny how, you know, that stuff, I got this almost the same Trophanaphis too, like that. Shadow mains. Is anybody on here that I don't want to be messing with their boss fight? See if I can sneak in here. Is there anything to steal? Nope. Okay. Well, anyways. Yeah, so I figured I'd come back here to the island. You know, I'm also gonna do other stuff though. Like I've never stepped foot on the center before. I definitely want to go to the center. I'm gonna lay some sleeping bags down and just check out that map for one of the upcoming episodes. Because I haven't never stepped foot on that map, and you know, I want to see what it looks like now as best as I can for, like, you know, spending an episode over there. See if I can just see what it looks like, so that way when it does get remastered, I'll be able to, like, see what the difference is. Because that seems to be, from the general consensus, is that that map is probably the one that needs one of the worst remasters of any of the maps. So it'd be cool to kind of see, you know, me never being on the map, what that looks, you know, what that would look like remastered, being that I've never even seen it normal, like what it looks like now. So I'm definitely going to take a trip over to the center. The other one too is I've never been on Valguero official, so I'm going to be heading over to Valguero as well, just so I could check out and see like what the bases are like over there and what people got going on over there on Valguero. That's a really popular map as well. And other than that, I think I've been on all the other maps. But I am probably going to take a look around some of the other maps just to see, you know, what people have, you know, like, are the servers really... The paid servers have never been that busy when it comes to population, because, you know, I guess they, you know, they cost money and people apparently don't like to spend money on this game. But the free-to-play maps are always busy, so we're probably going to hit all the free-to-play maps to see, after Ragnarok, because we were just recently on Ragnarok, but that would leave, like, what, Valguero, and then after Valguero, I think it would be Crystal Isles. So, you know, take it, you know, do some episodes, you know, spend an episode on each one of those maps and kind of see if I can cover, like, how busy they are, check out the bases and stuff like that before the game comes to an end, you know. Is this an actual dude or... Oh, okay, yep. Yep, I know that dude. That's the Darren guy and Fierce. They're two of the main guys on this map that I remember. Let's see. Got a Quetzal up there. It's only level 15. Forget how notoriously low the levels are on this map. Other than that, though, it's hard for me to remember. There was a base over here I want to check and see if it's still there. The one that we bought, those, Oh, what happened to this Bronto? He got effed up. Bro. You really going through it, huh? I mean, look at that, man. He got cut up. Damn. Yeah, I want to see if the dude that we bought those tames from is still over here. It's Alpha Raptor. Which I don't, like I'm choosing this map, I guess, so that way if I have to, if something goes left with ASA, I guess then I could just come back to my single player save or whatever, or move it over to to a private server. I don't know, do whatever to play on it if something happens, because there is a chance that they close the servers, but ASA is not ready to go, and so there's like might be a gap where there is no official servers. Wow, look at the size of this base, all tech too. Look at this, my goodness, that's insane. Somebody said they needed a massive too. Let's see. I can go run that too for people. Oops. They changed it too with the update. I don't like how they changed the typing on this. So I can, I think somebody said they would. Somebody said I think that they wanted to. They were gonna give me like. I think they were looking like. What's another Quetzal? Somebody was gonna. They were. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, somebody said that like 1K poly, I think, for an artifact of a massive. I'll go run and get that right now. I did notice too. I forgot where I read it, but that they said that they're not removing the colors. They're gonna keep the colors until the end. I find that kind of cool. A part of me though doesn't. I don't really see the reasoning behind it, because it's like I guess people can take this stuff back to their single player, or to player dedicated or private, whatever they choose to do. But still, I just don't see how many people were unofficial for a reason, So I get the devs' perspective on that, why they'd want to do that. That they'd gotta want to keep the player base engaged, and they really don't want you going to playing other games, and you know. But especially I feel bad for the. In a way, I feel I shouldn't say I feel bad, but I do feel empathy for the people who rely on this for like their main source of income. Like for me, I do this for fun. Like I would never, I'm never gonna replace my real job. I have a good job. I'm not going to replace my job to be a full-time YouTuber. Like, definitely would not do that. I get paid way too well and have way too much job security now to do that. But I feel bad for not bad, but I feel empathetic for the people that who really rely on the audience, man. Who have really propped Ark up. Let's be honest. There's a lot of, and I'm not gonna name names. I don't like to name drop and try to, act, that's just not my style to name drop people, especially people that I'm nowhere near on the level of. But let's keep it real. Those people have propped the game up over the years, man. Especially the ones that I watched that I always felt were really good. Like they help prop the game up, and so for the Ark to be like do that, it kind of sucks, man, because like now, you could argue, yeah, they made a living off of the company, but all the same, they also helped build the company up and gave the game exposure. You know, you can go back and you can look at some of the catalog for some of these guys, and they've got years of videos on there when the game was, still in like and in its infancy. So you could argue that, hey, one hand was washing the other, man. They were making a living off the game, but at the same time, the game was getting necessary exposure that it needed, So it really does go both ways. So it kind of sucks that like now like their audience is which it will bounce back. Eventually, the audience will come back, but currently, you could tell by looking at the numbers that it's dwindled. You know, for everybody across the board when it comes to the Arc content, which kind of sucks, but comes with the business, though, I guess, you know. But so yeah, that's kind of what I plan on doing. We'll keep the video short this time. Um, but yeah, that's my plans. You know, I don't think there's anything left to bring over here. I'm gonna bring over. I got a few teams left. I got to bring over to put out that aren't out. But for the most part, I do have mostly everything here. Um, I think I did bring mostly everything over here. You know, the Sinocraps, Ford Hawks, Cherboas, and the. I'll tell you, it'd be nice to not have these polygons. I mean, at least that loaded in quicker, but it'll be nice to not have to, you know, to have stuff actually load in and not have polygons with this new Unreal Engine 5. Um, so yeah, you know, I added these chests in here, expanded this out another layer, put these here to work, make the chemistry bench more functional. You know, I'm really, you know, I had some big bases, so I'm really consolidating a bunch of big bases down into like in the chest. Like I can't even tell you how many replicators do I have in here. Replicators, tech transmitters, chemistry benches, tech teleporters. I got, you know, quite a few. Here's another replicator. Generators, another teleporter. Forges, and you know, and like I said, I still got a few more bases to break down too, till I have everything just on this map. You know, but you know, it's I'm in no rush to do it. You know, I still, you know, we got at least 2 to 3 months before they close official down, so still time to do it, you know. I feel like I'm missing a Reaper though. Don't I have one more? I think I have one more Reaper somewhere, different color, or a couple more. I gotta go over to my main base on Gen 1 and see. And that's gonna be probably the most painful thing is breaking down my main base on Gen 1. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, you know, I guess you got to close one chapter so you can open up a new one. You know, it's just kind of the way it goes, man. You know, all good things have to come to an end. But the good news is that, you know, maybe, it'll be a blessing in disguise because while it'll initially hurt to lose everything, you know, I think starting over is going to be super exciting as well. You know, have even more people playing and active and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. We'll end it here. Get back in the swing of things. Get some more videos coming to you guys. Thank you guys for being supportive. I know it's been a little bit since I posted. I think almost 3 weeks since I posted any ARC videos. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around. You know, we'll get back to it. And thanks guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.